Okay, what's up, y'all? We're gonna talk about the Billboard, how they're changing, how they um calculating like the album sales and what count for sales and what isn't really considered sales. You know what I'm saying? Like all of those third party sales. Buying T-shirts and this, that, and the third, and this counting as album sales. You know what I'm saying? Um, but we gonna get into like a lot of things and how you can see like it's a shift going on in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a especially in the female rap game, and a lot of people didn't get it. The conversation when it was brought up a year ago, tried to say people were delusional when it came to Cardi and this, that, and the third. So Cardi, we were gonna give her like it didn't add up from the get go, and people were so oblivious to the fact that it wasn't even adding up. It wasn't making sense. It was just too good to be true. You know what I'm saying? With her and how like shit happened with her and her career and how they pushed her straight to the top and there's nowhere else for her to go but down. You know what I'm saying? She didn't work her way up. They gave her all of the you can tell that it was out of spite to Nicki. You know what I'm saying? They gave her everything that Nicki was working so hard to accomplish in her career and gave it to her so easily. You know what I'm saying? It's like she didn't even have to go as hard as Nicki did. You know what I'm saying? And this ain't even got to be like a whole Nicki versus Cardi thing again. You know what I'm saying? It's just with Cardi B and how her sales and none of that stuff is adding up. You know what I'm saying? Especially because Billboard investigating, the payola and it's paying the radio stations is that and the third, which I do believe that she was doing. At the end of the day, I believe it 100%. Like, I believe it that her career was based off of her paying so much, her team and her paying so much for this persona and for her music to be played back to back to back to back to back. And then you had industry people giving her major accolades, giving her accolades and stuff like that, and credit for songs that she didn't even write, out of spite of Nicki. You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's no way in hell this girl done had three number ones, a Grammy for that album, all of these hits. She didn't sold I think 50 million already in a 2 year span. Um and still no tour, no international tour, not even a US tour. Just a bunch of festivals. And her excuse a year ago was she wasn't going on tour because it wouldn't make her no money. And then she come back and retract the story this year, saying that, oh, we're trying to get, because she's a liability. You know what I'm saying? Because when she was pregnant before the album even dropped, was she supposed to go on? I think she was supposed to go on tour with Bruno Mars twice, and she wound up not going. She lost them so much money. She's considered a liability. You know what I'm saying? But even after that, she didn't had hits, album, all that stuff, and she's still not eligible. She still can't sell venues with 20,000 people in it. I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? But it's all legitimate, right? You know what I'm saying? It's all legitimate, but how come nobody's coming to see her? How come this is her sophomore year and she's nowhere on nobody's chart at the moment? You know what I'm saying? It's her sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? It's her sophomore year. She's supposed to be still rocking it. Instead, she's nowhere to be found. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it make sense. Where's she at? Where's she at? Because the game is shifting again. I knew it wasn't going to stay with her on top. You know what I'm saying? Because she just wasn't even grateful to even be on top. You can tell that she was undeserving of being on top. Not even the fact that she wasn't writing no songs or really doing no work for real like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I do agree that she does, I'm not going to say you sit right here and discredit the girl, say that she wasn't working, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot, you know? Um, Especially with all the things that she's done, different things. But still, like, the game is shifting, y'all. And Nicki Minaj, mark my motherfucking words, she's about to have a good year. Because if you didn't know, she was actually the one who called this shit out. And people called her bitter, this, that, and the third. You know, when um Astro World, when that nigga told us he sold 500,000 records and that wasn't it, just sold on fucking t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? But you know, she pressed Billboard about that. Now all of a sudden they're changing it. But if you know, 5 years ago she pushed the fight for streams and stuff to be counted, you know what I'm saying? That changed the game too. Shit, people don't realize, but this I don't get how people even want to downplay Nicki. Like, she's making it not only, it's better for everyone now. Because you know what I'm saying? Because nobody was buying records and record companies were getting paid for music being played on their sites and stuff, and the artist wasn't getting no percentage out of that. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't counted towards those charts, this, that, and the third. Now that's the only thing. I promise you, I kid you not. The reason why all of these new day and age rappers, if it wasn't for streams, we wouldn't even heard of them. You know what I'm saying? Nicki was the big one pressing that issue. Everybody else was scared. Remember that? Nicki, Taylor Swift, they all fought this big fight for the streaming era to even be possible for artists coming in today. You know what I'm saying? She's about to change the game again. And it'd be funny if she get them to count that the radio play up out of there, because it's so fraudulent shit with that. Because if you pay the radio station, got them on pay, you fucking somebody this and the third, your song gonna be on replay. If you know somebody that knows somebody, your song gonna be on replay. You got a hit, regardless about how trash the song is. At the end of the day, because if you look at, like, even with Cardi, like her videos and Nicki videos, they just don't add up. You know what I'm saying? Because, prime example, when they released, because they famous for releasing songs at this around the same time. Nicki says she about to release something, and Cardi come out with a video, and the shit release a song too. You know what I'm saying? When this shit do a feature, and Nicki do a feature, and that's how they roll. You know what I'm saying? But when Press and Megatron came out, okay, so I think Press was like number 16 and Megatron was number 20. But the only reason Press stayed stable on the charts as it did, it didn't stay on there for long, um, was because it was being played on the radio. Megatron was not being played on the radio. I heard it maybe once, and I only heard like the first 30 seconds of it. And the only reason I heard that is because they was playing Hot Girl Summer. And they threw her in the mix. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that I hear Nicki on the radio. You know what I'm saying? And if they is playing it, they playing her, they playing some old shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, the game is really shifting again. I promise y'all. Like, because I didn't get off topic. With the whole Megatron, and because go look at the Megatron video numbers on YouTube and look at Press numbers on YouTube, and based off of those numbers, you would think that Megatron would have been the hit to the public. You know what I'm saying? The songs genuinely sold the same amount of pure units. It's just one was being played on the radio, getting a radio boost. And that counts heavily towards the charts. You know what I'm saying? Nicki whole Queen album was blackballed by the radio. And it's still a platinum selling album. You know what I'm saying? And I tell you that karma is a bitch, because people always try to compare Invasion of Privacy to Queen when you can't compare a bitch fourth album to a bitch debut album. You know what I'm saying? And karma is a bitch because they kept Invasion of Privacy, you know, praise that album that she didn't even write. Had no thought into it, just was a bunch of generated hits. You know what I'm saying? Just a bunch of songs to target radio. That's all it was. All it fucking was. Smack me if I'm lying. Bunch of songs generated for radio. So, you know, her fans and her this and the third, you know, call my bitch. Cause it'd be funny. They take that radio play up out there. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't really stop. Yeah, it's illegal to accept money, but who ain't really gonna accept a couple stacks to pay a record? You know what I'm saying? I only think you had these big premieres for songs, but the game is really changing because like, well, the only really Nicki didn't gain. She gaining. What Nicki's about to do is she about to the Billboard chart. She making shit that work in her favor. That's gonna be benefiting everybody in the long term. She's going to be fighting for pure sales to count more towards the charts. You know what I'm saying? Because in them streams and cutting all that radio play about there. You know what I'm saying? But like, she gonna have a big comeback year if she get all her. Cause her and her new manager, they set to meet with people, some big people in the industry next year. You know, and I really, 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 really think that Nicki is about to be in her prime. She about to have another good year. She about to have a big year. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, female rap gonna be big next year. Like, cause if you take notice, it'd be like it's like every other year with the female rappers and stuff like that. With music, period. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't really got no big songs this year. You know what I'm saying? Probably because it's like it's the this the last year of the decade, and you know there probably people don't want to do too much. You know, you want to start off the new decade with some big hits. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit can count for this decade and not next decade. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think that's been Nicki too with Cardi and all of them. It'll be smart, especially with Megan Thee Stallion and all of these girls. They highly anticipated albums. Like Nicki's her fifth album. And this is a highly anticipated album. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, like we ready for this album. Cardi, I'm as much as I hate the bitch, I don't really hate her. I just dislike the shit that she do and how people try to praise her. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate her. I actually like a couple of her songs. You know what I'm saying? Um, but with Cardi, like it's kind of like her second album is highly anticipated. Megan's debut album is highly anticipated. Like these girls is really like coming in, and I would love to see what Lizzo gonna bring to the table next year too. You know what I'm saying? Like the rap game is about to get spicy again, and people saying that Nicki ain't the queen, but let's not forget that Nicki Minaj started rapping professionally in 2003. Next year is 2020. We're going into a whole nother decade. And this bitch got another highly anticipated album, but she ain't the queen of rap. Get the fuck out of here. Who, if she ain't the queen, who is? I don't want to hear nothing more about no little Kim. Because people always try to throw Kim at Nicki and Spider Nicki and throw Nicki at Kim and Spider Kim. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing that. There were nothing alike. Nothing alike from the get go. Yes, I do think that Lil Kim is a queen, but just not the queen of hip hop. I feel like she's the face of female rap. If we want to be technical about these girls and who I really feel is really rocking it in the rap game, you know what I'm saying? The queen is Nicki Minaj. The princess, in my opinion, is Megan Thee Stallion. Like, this girl about to be, she gonna have a big year next year too. Cardi, the Empress. I call her Empress because of the the magnitude she has. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like she's the queen of rap either. Like people try to call her a queen, this and that. She would never be the queen of rap because she ain't writing no bars. Only bitch I would consider calling the queen of rap after Nicki Minaj is maybe Megan Thee Stallion, and even she does don't. I love Megan, don't get me wrong, but she doesn't give me what Nicki gave me. You know what I'm saying? Another girl that actually really surprised that's coming up to the people know about Doja Cat because I was like very like she had me lost in her when I watched her video. I can't even remember the song. It was just the whole, just her persona. Like she very gave me it was like kind of like a Nicki Minaj taste, but completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like she was her own person, but giving me that flavor how Nicki gave me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause Nicki is the blueprint for these new and age female rappers, hands down, hands down. Like Nicki Minaj is the new blueprint for these rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people bite off her style and this, that, and the third, and don't really like to give her credit, and everybody hate her, this, that, and the third. But what I need Nicki to do is just shut her mouth. We're gonna let the work speak for itself this go around. Cause like the only she gotta do is just come with some fire, come with something different. Don't be repetitive. Don't be saying the same shit that she said before. Come up with a whole another strategy, method, approach, evolve. You know what I'm saying? Because she's involved into this. Because she wasn't always like this. It took time because if you realize, like in the beginning, she was being compared to like artists like Madonna and all these other people, like big pop and rock stars in the industry, to being more coming back to the hip hop roots. You know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like as soon as Nicki came in, she went pop. You know what I'm saying? And that benefited her because that put her on the scale to be presented in so many different demographics and stuff like that. Like she got so much widespread around the world. Like she's the only female rapper who has done all around the world tours. You know what I'm saying? Like this bitch is the best, the best. And it ain't even about her selling and this, that, and the third. It's about her presence, her delivery, the metaphor, the bars, the flow. It's just unmatched, male or female. She's just phenomenal. Like nobody has out topped this girl in my opinion. Nobody has out topped her. And that's with like everything. Like nobody's really out top Nicki, and she ain't really the hardest girl. You know what I'm saying? She's a pretty girl. You know what I'm saying? She ain't really the hardest, toughest. You know, like she's the one who just made ABC as rhymes and made them so perfectly. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, cause it's like she can deliver something. She can give you a ABC ass rhyme or give you some shit that you really have to think about. You know what I'm saying? This shit that will fuck you up in the head. Like Nicki bars, like how they can mean three different motherfucking things. You know, like the girl is really getting it, getting it. She has a number one song in all genres. Like that Two South song is I knew it was gonna be a hit the moment I heard it. Like she's getting her flavor back because this hot girl summer song did her real good justice. Like gave her that good radio song for the year. You know what I'm saying? I do believe if they would have released it earlier in the summer, it would have been a top 10. It was closer to it was in the 11, but they deserve the top 10. Um, but yeah, if they would have released that in like the beginning part of the year, because I believe like Megan Team, they had that for the album for her Fever, her mixtape jump, but it was like, no, this need to be a single. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure that's really the lead single for her album. Because she hasn't released a second single after that, has she? No. No, she did a couple of, she did features. And she did the soundtrack. I think for the Queen and Slim movie or something like that. I think I'm fucking it up. Yeah. But, yeah.